let's move on a little bit here and let's go to our girls' list of great high school careers. We couldn't narrow it down to, we started with 5. We ended up with 7 here. And it could go almost in any order here. Carrie, you've got number 9 here. What do we got?
Yep, we have Marie, also known as Mel Lawrence. So Mel was here and she finished 2nd in 2003, 2nd in 2004, 2nd in 2005, and 6th in 2006. So 4-time finalist. She's still running. She's doing great with steeplechase, but other events as well. She's coached by a Foot Locker finalist as well, Lauren Fleshman. She runs for Wazelle and she lives and trains in Bend. But I mean, to come back time after time after time and be in the top 5 every year, that's pretty spectacular, Tim.
Pretty amazing. Second, the great story of her freshman year, she never won a race. Her sister was a little bit older, had beaten her most of the year, so she finished 2nd in the national championships, and I don't think she won a single race the entire year. But boy, what a great career. 2, 2, 2, 2. Boy, that's amazing. So, yeah, Mel Lawrence from Nevada here. So we've heard from Nevada now on our list. I'm getting comments here, how come we're not giving any love to Colorado? So I don't know if Jorge typed that one in or not, but we'll get to that here. So I got number 8 on our list of great high school careers of the girls here. And this is Amanda White here from Maryland. Now, Pagan is her married name, but Amanda White when she was a high school runner. And again, any one of these girls could be the best career because she was there 3 times and finished 3rd her first year, 2nd her 2nd year, and won it her 3rd year. Outstanding runner in Maryland. She won 19 state high school titles in cross country and track, and was a great swimmer also, and went on to Stanford. And I think did both at Stanford, both running and swimming, and eventually became an outstanding triathlete and had a phenomenal career as a triathlete, one of the top 10 certainly in the country here as a triathlete. So Amanda White is our number 8 girl all time here for her high school career in Foot Locker.
Melena Gusak right there in 2nd behind Amanda White. A lot of people remember that name.
High school home field advantage there, San Diego girl, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's Melena. And I think that was 3rd was Dina's old teammate. I think that was, I'll come to me in a minute there, but we'll get to it as we go through. I can't get behind. We're already on to number 7. We got to get going here. So number 7 here, this will be pretty recent here. So number 7 career, Katelynne Hart. Boy, talk about a hard charging runner. I don't think Katelynne knows how to race any other race than to take off and just go. So she finished 2nd in 2017 and then finished 2nd again in 2018 and 4th in 2019. This is that phenomenal race where she, just pushed the limits of that. And I said every race she runs, she seems to run like that. She's going on to Michigan now and will be running there. So our number 7 girl all time, Katelynne Hart. And this is that race with Massarelli back and forth. And we thought Massarelli was going to run away with it. But Katelynne, again, just continues to push. Oh, my.
This is one of my favorite finishes.
It really is.
To see Katelynne go, and then Massarelli comes back up on her. They fight all the way to the finish. That's how you need to race. Keep fighting all the way to the line. Watch this.
Yeah, if you don't mind me jumping in there, Kerry, I think that was one of my favorite races to watch as well. That was a great race to watch on television.
Yeah. And Jenny, you were holding the tape.
Yeah, the girls the last couple of years have been phenomenal races, as competitive can be. And now let's go on to number 6 here on the girls' side. She just came out of nowhere as a sophomore, Claudia Lane. Talk about a minute ago, we talked about how Katelynne just goes out so hard. That's same with Claudia. You can do that sometimes in lower races, and she had really just come onto the scene as a sophomore. We thought, oh, you can't do this at this level, and she did it at this level. And we thought, because Nevada Moreno, you can see her in the background here, Nevada had really good speed, and I think a lot of us thought, oh my gosh, at the end here, Nevada's, and Claudia found that another gear, one more gear she hadn't had to use all year. So she was the 2016 champ as a sophomore, came back in 2017 and just dominated the race in 17. She won by almost 20 seconds. and it wasn't even that close. There wasn't anybody with her the whole way. That was an incredible year. She ran 15:49 at Mount Sac in the Invitation of the Year, first girl ever to break 16 there. So it was a great year, and we thought this is the girl finally going to be the first 3-time winner. And then her senior year, unfortunately, had an injury that didn't allow her to run her senior year. So she's a 2-time winner there. So that's number 6. Number 5, Carrie?
Yeah, Erin Keogh. So she was a little bit older than, well, I guess Ruben, you might remember her, but she has a 3-time Foot Locker finalist next to her name. She was she was 5th, and then she won the last 2 years. But amazing races. She was very close to winning one of the biggest margins. But I just really think that it's fun to look back when I was doing my research for this, to read all the stories of all of these athletes. I mean, it doesn't just stop, when you're done with Foot Locker. You keep going and giving back to the sport. And that's what's been fun to read about Erin Keogh.
Third all-time in San Diego on that course. So, a very fast time there. She was a great champion. How easy. Gee, money. All right, let's move on to number 4 here. In the top 4, you could make a case for any one of them being number 1. But in our top 4 girls' all-time careers here, of course, this is Jordan Hasse here. And one of only 2 freshmen ever to win. Showed up as a freshman, ran 17:05. I know all the women online here go 17:05 for a little tiny freshman girl from California. That was a pretty impressive race. In fact, it is the fastest ever run by a freshman still in the 41 years and the 36 years we've been in San Diego. So that's the fastest freshman time ever run there. And then came back, and I know you all talked about this, all of our elite athletes, about the pressure. And Jordan has said this many times since then. She came back the following year. First year it was easy. No one expected her to win, and she ends up winning. And then her sophomore year, she comes out and she feels the pressure. The pressure is amazing, and she didn't win her sophomore year. Junior year, same thing, but then came back senior year in that battle of 3 previous champions, ran the greatest race of her life and the greatest high school race of her life, and kicked like crazy and ended up winning that race. So she wins, but she wins going first year and 4th year. So Jordan Hasse. And then on to number 3 now.
Here comes Julia Stamps. Julia Stamps has had some phenomenal races. I mean, what a career in high school, went on to Stanford. But, when she won here in 1994, she won so big and was so close to setting the record. I mean, look at her power home. I remember this. I was actually there. But to rewatch this race over and over again, see her glance up, just to give it everything she had. So many dramatic races here. Watch this now. I mean, Julie went through a lot in her career, but kept coming back, kept getting up. And that's what we do as runners. We keep giving it our all, and we keep coming back. Here she is, going down right before. And we all know the finish line, right? That's where all those stars start. It's so close. And you see her, she'll get back up, and she crawls across that line. It was really hard to watch, but she went on to run, like I said, at Stanford, and is still running on the trails today.
Outstanding. So let's get to the number 1 career for girls in our list here. Or excuse me, number 2 on our list of girls. And this was a race that I don't think anybody thought was going to turn out the way it did. It's Amber Trotter from Northern California, and that's when we were in Florida on that flat course. And this race, I remember going in, there were a lot of girls who had run some fast mile times in track. So we thought, somebody's going to take it out hard. Oh, my gosh. 5:05 for the first mile. 5:05. Her lead was 22 seconds at that point. 5:05. Then she just kept it on, ran 5:17 for the second mile. So she was 10:22 at 2 miles. Her lead was 36 seconds. She went on and ran the fastest time ever in Florida on that course, 16:24, and that gave us a new course record, and that margin of victory, 40 seconds. But that 5:05, I remember everybody talking when the race went on. We were talking, oh, there's just no way. This poor girl's not going to finish. and she just get faster and faster. So, for a single race, it's got to be maybe the one effort that just stands out. And that takes us to number one there, Kira.
Well, she's known as the best high school runner of all time. She's held the record since 1990. She is a two-time winner here, Melody Fairchild. You know, she is an amazing athlete. She went through a lot in her personal life and just always showed up when she was racing. She gave it everything she had. And now she has a new book out. She's given back to the sport in so many different ways. She's a mom, she's an author, she's a wife, she's a coach. But for her to still hold that record after all of these years, 16:39, and she was 59 seconds over second place.
And could have gone faster. I mean, she was just phenomenal that day. One of the great races of all time.